Hello everyone and welcome back to Newegg TV. I'm Steve and today I'm going to do an unboxing and an overview of this Leap Motion controller. So here's the front of the box itself, and before I open it up I want to let you guys know that the Leap Motion itself is actually a motion controller, meaning you can use your hands to interact with your computer and apps on their Airspace store. Now that being said, it can actually see each one of your fingers. It has two cameras on it that will actually try and show where they would be, and it actually allows you to see different tools, the colors of the tools you'll be using, like let's say different sticks, and recognizing them as possibly different tools or different colors or different paintbrushes depending on the app you're using. So let me go ahead and open up this box and show you guys the controller itself. That open. Now at the very top, they do let you know that the first step is going to leapmotion.com/setup and actually activating your device, setting up a login and registering yourself. That way you can use the Airspace store and get the software that they have that's been specifically set up to use this device. Now here's the actual Leap Motion itself, but I want to end on that, so let me just show you a couple of cables that do come inside and the paperwork here. Now, this is actually the information guide. It actually shows you that there's some ergonomics involved, as well as proper handling of the device, and also how you can clean this device and basically keep it operational. So that's information that's important inside this particular manual. Now, they do give you two cables. Now here's the shorter one, so that this way you can plug it into your laptop, or if you have a Mac, you can plug it into your USB ports at the front of the computer itself, making it much easier for you to reach it. Now here's the longer cable, and this particular cable so that this way you can go to the back of your tower and actually get this particular device plugged into it. So just a micro USB plug here to USB. Now I'll pull out the actual main event itself, get the rest of this out of the way for you. Actually fairly small device. I'd say it's probably around like 3 inches wide by about an inch here, and probably about a ½ inch in depth. So while we're looking at this particular, and this is actually where you'd plug in the micro USB port to allow it to get power, as well as send and transmit data from this device to your computer. Here's the front where you can actually see a small LED to allow you to understand whether or not this particular device is installing properly and or if it's actually getting power. Nothing on this side, nothing on this side. On the bottom, we do have, of course, Leap Motion logo, and it's actually rubberized, so it gives you a little bit of just a little bit of traction for this particular device. That being said, the top of the device here is actually covered with glass. Behind that, two different cameras, actually giving it stereoscopic vision to identify the 8 cubic feet space that it's actually going to project for you. So that's 2 by 2 by 2 in this particular case. Also 4 LED lights that are actually used to use infrared light to illuminate your fingers, so that this way you can actually use it in the dark as well. So here we are at the Airspace application landing page that you would actually be using for the Leap Motion. And all of these different apps that you can get can actually be or actually intended to use with the Leap. They have all the API that's necessary for it to use. Some of the apps are for purchase, others are for free. I'm just going to jump into something easy that you've all seen, like Fruit Ninja, and just kind of mess around with it a little bit. Now I'm not exactly that good, so just kind of go easy on me. And right now it's recognizing my finger and actually saying, all right, so every time I move it, it's seeing me in 3 dimensions moving, so I could be up here, down here, over here. And any way I move, it's actually going to, whoa, it's going to swipe. So I can actually use a pin, which of course I didn't have it ready. All right, that's how you pause it. Awesome. There we go. That was actually a push motion I have to use in order to push that button by moving into the area. So it's recognizing the pin, I'm moving it around, it's able to be very quick. I think the actual camera itself can pick up to 220 FPS, but then it's going to average it out, figuring, one, what's the light, how fast do I need to move, how fast am I moving, how quickly do I need to capture, and all this to save power in case you're on a laptop, and also to be the most efficient it could possibly be. So that being said, let me go ahead and move out of this. I'll move into something else just to show you how this particular device is recognizing my hand. And this is just a demo that comes with the Leap Motion. You don't even have to download it. It comes with the software once you've installed it. So, like it says, this is what the actual device sees. Now, it creates sort of a fog pixel effect that I'm going to interact with in that three-dimensional space. So here's what the device is in a two-dimensional version of it, and this is me interacting with that stuff in there. Now, I'm going to stop interacting with it so it moves to the next step of the demo, which is a three-dimensional rotational environment. So I can pretty much do anything to interact with this particular fake fog. I'm moving right along to the third part of the demo. So it's actually representing my hand, my palm, my 5 fingers, and I'll do that with all of my fingers, just to give you a quick example of how this particular device works and how quickly it's operating. So it's able to pick it up fairly easily, all things considered. Okay, everybody, that wraps up this overview of the Leap Motion controller. If you want to see a more in-depth coverage of this particular product, I did do an interview with Avi and Chris from Leap Motion, so I'll have that in the description below. If you liked what you saw today, go ahead and click the like button. If you haven't already done so, click subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.